The Taliban ruled Afghanistan from 1996 to 2001. The fundamentalists imposed a severe authoritarian rule, and it was a nightmare, especially for women and children. The Taliban were ousted by US-led NATO forces that invaded Afghanistan to launch the war against terrorism in 2001 after the 9/11 attack on the US, in which Taliban had provided support to Al-Qaeda. It's been a decade now, and the US-led coalition forces continue to fight the Taliban. Thousands of civilians, policemen and soldiers have died, but the Taliban carries on fighting. The leaking of 90,000 classified US Army documents on the website WikiLeaks indicate that the US suspects Pakistan of covertly aiding Taliban fighters in Afghanistan. The damning documents titled The War Logs suggest that ISI representatives meet directly with the Taliban to support militant groups that fight against American soldiers in Afghanistan and scheme to assassinate Afghan leaders.
So far as we are concerned, two things that is obvious in most of the documents that we have read so far. One is about civilian casualty cases, and one is about the role that ISI has played in destabilizing activities inside Afghanistan. And we assume that our stance on both these issues has been very clear over the years.
Even as the Karzai-led government sets 2014 as a goal to take charge of security from foreign forces, the Taliban is looking at regaining power in the country. The Taliban and Al-Qaeda are backed by Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba, an organization created in the mid-1980s to support the jihad against the Soviet Union in Afghanistan. These proscribed organizations get financial and logistic support from Pakistan's ISI and find sanctuaries in Pakistan.
On the question of Mullah Omar staying in Pakistan, we knew all along that some of the very senior leadership of the Taliban were in Pakistan.
The Taliban are causing an alarmingly high number of civilian casualties, and they have also begun attacking those who have chosen to serve the people of Afghanistan as public servants. The guidance is a letter from Mullah Omar to his commanders.
If the Taliban comes back to power, it will plunge Afghanistan into a brutal state of totalitarian dictatorship in which women and girls will be stripped of their basic human rights. Earlier, during the Taliban rule, women were brutally beaten, publicly flogged and killed for violating Taliban decrees.
They don't want that Afghanistan growing up, or they don't want to study, the girls study, or they don't want nothing. They want to destroy Afghanistan.
Pakistan Taliban have the full support of Pakistan's ISI to bring the Taliban back to power in Kabul.